So, very quick look at this honey pump that I bought. I have been looking for a honey pump for a long time. I am also open to looking at anywhere in Europe, and this is where I got this from. This came from, if you want to log on, you can see. And this pump, basically, I got VAT free. It's about 1,200 euros with VAT, just around the 1,000 euros without, and they only charged me 26 euros freight, and I sent the money last Tuesday and it arrived this Friday, just gone. It's now Saturday. So what I like about this pump is I wanted a pump that was small and compact, and this pump is that. First thing though, it weighs a ton, which is what I wanted, okay? So on the back, you've got your switch with your cable, fairly nice amount of lead, plug, European plug for me, that's fine, no problem at all. Everything's on this plug as well in Europe. A nice, safe, secure on-off switch, all to EU spec. Let's turn the pump around. Obviously, you've got your capacitor there, your switch box, and your motor. I don't know what the quality of the motor's like. Who knows with anything you buy these days, okay? And then underneath the motor, you've got your gearbox, and from your gearbox, you've got your drive to the pump. Now, the pump is an impeller pump. I've left it pretty loose so I can show, but what I like about this pump is it's got quick release and quick connecting 40mm couplings. So your pipe will be on here. When you want to connect it, you can prime the pump by pouring honey into here. You need to prime it a little bit always. On goes on your rubber seal. On goes on your joint. And on goes your quick release, quick do up joint. Okay, so it's the same for the two, in this side, out the other. So first of all, I'm going to take the front of this off. I left it loose to show you. Well made, really weighs a ton. Big stainless steel bolts that hold the front on. So there is your impeller inside, which turns obviously when the motor is on. Now what I like about this is the construction. The weld, the quality of the weld in there is really good. The back of this has a circlip. If I need to strip this, I can, but that is a really weighty thing. So that's the way the honey will come around that way up into this tube, okay? It's not been primed. I might take this out first to check that the impeller's all good, but I'll probably do that later on before I use it. But just look at this gearbox, okay? That's what I like about it. This thing is solid as a rock, and that's what I want in a pump. So my whole idea for getting this is I can put this on top of a barrel and have another barrel next to it, and it'll empty one barrel into my creamer or empty one barrel into buckets without having to bucket it out and make a mess everywhere. And technically, it should be a lot cleaner. So let's put this back together. That goes back on there like that. That's your cover plate with the O-ring inside. Really thick metal. I doubt that'll warp. Your two screws go back in. One there. I'm not going to do these up, just to give you some idea of where's the other screw gone. Probably under there. There we go. The other screw goes in here. So anyway, when that's done up, that will seal on the housing. And there you go. That is your pump. Nice and simple. Really good. Very pleased with this purchase. I think it'll be just what I need for the honey house. I have another pump on my extraction line, which I think will be ideal as well to use for my extraction line, but that's why I've got this separate pump. That was what I was going to mention, that I didn't have a pump that I could really use somewhere else and take off. So you go, just have a walk around it. If you want to find this pump, it's a Malarius pump, I think is the name. Yeah, Malarius honey pump, and it's on www.beequipment.eu. Excuse this, I'll just focus this in for you. There we go. info@beequipment.eu, and it's www.beequipment.eu. If you want to find this, I'm very pleased with them. They were very helpful. I'm a bit skeptical of going for run-of-the-mill stuff because I believe that a lot of the run-of-the-mill stuff from certain companies over here in France, for example, is extremely overpriced for what it is. And I find that this actually is one of the cheapest pumps on the market you can buy. And I just believe that you shouldn't buy in France or wherever you live just because you live there. We are all in digital age. Most of the parts from many pumps now, for instance, all my inverters on my extraction line are made in the UK. Other parts from my Paradise Honey Finland made machine come from all over Europe. So what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to buy from other places. If you find something you like, you can communicate well. Most people speak English, or you can email. Don't be afraid to try something else. That's just my point. Anyway, the Malerius honey pump. I'll let you know how I get on with it when it's in use. But at the moment, I think that's a really good purchase. Their service was really good. The postage was not exorbitant. 26 euros postage, was it? Anyway, there you go. Malerius honey pump. Quick review.